Okay, so good day everyone. For today's discussion, this is our last topic for the prelim. So, our topic for today, we will be discussing the elasticity of demand and supply. So, our learning outcome for this topic, we will be computing the elasticities and also we will be interpreting the data in relevance to market equilibrium. So there are four different types of elasticity. First is the elasticity of demand or the PED. So it measures the responsiveness of quantity demanded to a change in our price. So ang PED can be measured over a price range called arc elasticity or at one point called point elasticity. And pangalawa, we have the price elasticity of supply or the PES. So it measures the responsiveness of quantity supplied to a change in price. Then we have the cross elasticity of demand or the SED. It measures the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of one good, the good X, to a change in the price of another good or our good Y. So, pang-apat or the last type of elasticity, we have the income elasticity of demand or the YED. So, it measures the responsiveness of quantity demanded to a change in consumer incomes. So, if we say cross elasticity of demand or the SED, it measures the responsiveness of the quantity demanded of one good, the good X, to the change in the price of another good or the good Y. So now let us proceed to our calculation. So price elasticity of demand or the PED. So class, if we say if we say price of elasticity of demand, ito yung paraan na ginagamit para masukat ang mga response sa consumer sa kanilang mga demand sa kanilang demand sa isang produkto every time na magkakaroon ng changes sa ating presyo sa market. So, paano nga ba natin makakalculate yung PED? So, dito natin makikita sa ibaba yung calculation of PED. In a moment, and calculation of our PED. So, price elasticity of demand equals to the change or the percentage change in quantity demand divided sa percentage change in price elasticity. So, class, i-ano natin, no, lagyan natin siya or i-shortcut natin yung ating formula na gagamitin. If we say percentage, gagamitin pa natin yung percentage sign. But on the change na aspect, ang gagamitin natin dito na symbol is triangle. So, quantity demand, QD, for the price is P. So, here is the ang atong shortcut na calculation for the PED. So, paano natin makukuha ang percentage change in our quantity demand? This one. So, naglagay na ako dito kung papaano siya kukunin. Actually, nandiyan na sa inyong mga module kung paano natin kukunin yung percentage change sa ating quantity demand. So, ito yun siya, dito na part. Yan yung gagamitin natin. So, for the percentage change in quantity demand, para makuha natin siya, we have to look for the QD2. If we say QD2, ito yung bago or new demand. And if we say QD1, ito naman yung old demand. So, same with the price. If we say P2, ito yung new price. And if we say P1, ito naman yung old price. So, for the percentage change in quantity demand, para makuha natin siya, let's calculate for the QD2 minus QD1. I-divide natin siya sa QD1 plus QD2, then divide natin sa 2. So, ang magiging, if pa horizontal ang ating formula for this, ang mukha niya kasi ganito, QD2 minus QD1, divide natin siya sa QD1 plus QD2. So, wag natin kalimutan na ipasok siya sa parenthesis para hindi magkaroon ng problem in calculating the numbers. So, i-apply natin yung PEMDAS na natutunan natin sa basic mathematics natin. Ayan. So, para mas maintindihan natin yung ating topic for today, let's proceed to our example. Okay, so for our example, merong given na price na 30 and 25. For the demand, 25 and 50. Ang ginagawa ko dito, para hindi ako malito, lagi ko nilalagyan ng old and new para malaman ko kung saan yung bagong price at saka lumang presyo or the old demand or the new demand. So ngayon gagamitin natin yung natutunan nating formula for the PED. So first is to look for the QD2. Yan. So PED equals to the percentage change on the quantity demand, divide natin for the percentage change on the price. So, kukunin muna natin yung percentage change on the quantity demand. Ayan. So, QD2. So, again, ang QD2 is for the new. Then, QD1 for the old. So, this is the D2 and the D1. Sorry, baliktad. D2 and the D1. So, 50 minus 25. Divide natin siya sa 25 plus 50 divided to 2. Ayan. Saglit lang. Liitan natin yung pagsulat. Divide sa 2 equals. Then, for the price, P1 and P2. So, 25 minus 30, divide natin siya sa, huwag kalimutan ng open and close parenthesis, 30 plus 25 divide sa 2 equals. Ayan. So, 50 minus 25. Dapat ganyan ang pagkalagay nyo sa mga scientific calculator nyo para hindi magka-problem. Kasi pagdidikit-dikit nyo yan lahat without putting the parentheses, iba yung magiging kalabasan ng inyong answer. So, close parenthesis, 50 minus 25. Then, close parenthesis. Divide natin siya sa dalawang open parenthesis. 25 plus 50, close parenthesis, divide sa 2, then another close parenthesis. So the answer there is 0.67. Then, 2 decimal point ang gagamitin natin class ha, para uniform tayo. 0.67. So, yan siya. Diretso na natin siyang answeran after this. Then, solve na naman natin yung sa percentage change on the price. So, close parentheses, open parentheses, then 25 minus 30, close parentheses, divide natin siya. Then, dalawang open parentheses, then 30 plus 25, close parentheses, divide natin sa 2, then another close parentheses. So, the answer here is negative 18. Class, kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin ay PED at saka PES, lagi natin tandaan na gagamitan natin sila ng absolute value. So, if we say absolute value, if ever na, katulad halimbawa dito, negative 18 yung ating answer, if gagamitan natin ng absolute value, magiging positive 18 na siya. 0.18. Ayan. So, now nakuha na natin ang ating percentage change on the quantity demand and the percentage change in our price. So, let's divide the numbers, no? Para makuha natin yung PED. So, 0.67, divide natin siya sa 0.18. So, ang magiging answer natin dito is ilan ang answer nyo dito? 3.72. So, ayan, 3.72. So, paano natin malalaman yung kanyang elasticity? If it is perfectly inelastic ba? Elastic ba siya? Inelastic ba siya? Or unitary ba siya? So, now, para malaman natin yung type of elasticity niya, so, ang PED natin is 3.72. Ayan. So, ibibase natin siya sa 1 kasi yan yung magiging basis natin. Ano ang mas greater or less than sa kanila? So, ang PED natin is greater than 1 because 3.72 yung ating answer for the PED. So, PED is greater than 1. So, you may now base it sa ating interpretation sa module. So, sa ating interpretation class, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 interpretation under sa PED. So, if ang PED daw class is equal to 0, ang demand natin is perfectly inelastic. So, if it is perfectly inelastic, the demand does not change at all when the price changes. So, the demand curve will be vertical. So, it means na ang quantity demanded kay wala nag-respond sa bisan unsan changes sa presyo. So, example ning ani mga product mga product nga grabe ka importante nga bisan unsa niya kamahal kay kailangan jud nato paliton. Sama atong mga alcohol and even face mask, face shield kay tungod sa pandemic bisan unsa pa ka mahal kay paliton jud nato. Then we also have PED. If ever nga ang PED nato is between 0 and 1, So naalang siya sa 0 and 0.99. So the percentage change in demand from A to B is smaller lang than the percentage change in price. So with this, ang demand nato is inelastic. So class, maingon nato nga inelastic if mas mababa ang porsyento sa pagbago sa demand versus sa ang presyo. So example aning inelastic nga produkto kay kanang mga produkto nga halos wala kay mapalit nga alternatives or substitute or kanang mga pangunahing pangangailangan na gamit nato. If ever na ato ang PED is equal to 1, so ang percentage change in demand is exactly the same as the percentage change sa tuang presyo, then the demand is unitary elastic. So, sa unitary, kay parehas or pantay ra ang porsyento sa pagbago sa quantity demand o porsyento sa pagbago sa ato ang presyo. What if ang PED nato kay greater than 1, mas higit pa sa 1? Then ang demand nato kay mo respond pa siya more than the proportionately to change in price. So, with that, ang demand nato is elastic. So, for example, no, if a 10% increase in the price of a good leads to a 30% drop in demand. So, dako-dako jud ang iyang drop sa demand. So, the price elasticity of demand for this price change is elastic siya. So, class, maingon na to ka elastic if ang porsyento sa pagbago sa demand kay mas taas versus sa porsyento sa pagbago sa presyo. Mga example nga ni nga produkto kay kanang products nga daghan kaayo ka makita nga substitute or daghan kay ka makita nga alternative. O another reason is that kano mabilong ang isa ka produkto sa elastic if dili kaayo siya importante. So that is the different interpretation for the PED. So diri sa to ang case kay greater than 1 man siya. So it means ang ato ang PED kay under siya sa elastic. So this example is elastic. Kay greater than 1 man siya. So next kay mag-answer ta og example. So, kana tama ta. So, change in demand is 25, average demand is 37.5. Then, i-calculate natin na silang duha. So, the percentage change in quantity demand kay 0.67. Pero, kuan na nato, no? Gi-shortcut na nato ang computation diri, ah. Then, we have the change in price na 5. If 25 minus 30, then we have the percentage change in price. The average price is 27.5. If we solve 30 plus 25 divided to 2, so the outcome will be 27.5. So, if we divide the change in price and the average price, kay ang outcome niya is 0.18. So, our price elasticity of demand is 3.72. So, ayan. Example natin. Anna sells tilapia for 100 pesos and her quantity demand is 500. When she decides to sell it at 125, her QD2 becomes 450. So, it means that ang QD1 is the 500. Then, should Anna sell her tilapia ba sa 100 pesos or 125? Is the QD ba elastic or inelastic? So, I'll give you 5 minutes for that to answer. Alright, so sabay-sabay nating alamin yung answer dito 'no, sa ating second example for today's discussion. So, Ana sells tilapia for 100 pesos. So, this will be her old price. So, ang ginagawa ko class kay nilalagyan ko talaga siya ng table or ginagawan ko siya ng table. So, for the P, price, then the demand. So, lalagyan natin dito ng old and new para malaman natin kung saan yung bago at saka luma na mga values. So, for the old price, meron tayong 100. Then, for the old demand or the QD1 will be 500. Then, the new price will be 125. And the new demand will be 450. Yan. So, gagamitin na natin yung ating formula para makuha natin yung mga sagot. So, for the PED, we have percentage change on the quantity demand over the percentage change on our price. So, for the quantity demand, we have QD2. So, yan, 450 minus 500. And then, divide natin siya. Dalawang close parenthesis for the average quantity, no? Okay, solve natin yung sa average quantity. We have the QD1 as 500 plus 450 close parenthesis. Divide natin siya sa 2, then another close parenthesis. Then let's look for the percentage change in our price. So, ang P2 natin is 125 minus 100. Then, divide natin siya. Hanapin natin ang average price. So, 100 plus 125. Divide natin siya sa 2. Now, solve natin siya para makita natin yung PED. So, close parenthesis, 450 minus 500. Divide natin siya. Then, dalawang open parenthesis, 500 plus 450. Close parenthesis. Divide natin siya sa 2. Then, close parenthesis. So, ang answer natin dito is negative 11.11. So, negative pa rin siya, yung outcome natin dito. So, let's use the absolute value para makuha natin yung positive outcome. So, 0.11, divide natin siya to the percentage change in our price. So, let's compute for our percentage change in price. So, we have open parenthesis, 125 minus 100 then close parenthesis, divide, then dalawang open, then 100 plus 125 close parenthesis divided to 2, then another close parenthesis. So, ang answer natin dito is positive 22. So, we have positive 22. Yan. So, kukunin na natin ang ating PED dahil meron na tayong value for the percentage change in our quantity demand and percentage change in price. So, for the PED, our answer here is 0.11 divided 0.22. So we have 0.11 divided 0.22, we have 0.50. So, para malaman natin ang kanyang interpretation, so PED is, okay, masyadong mababa. PED is 0.50. Is it greater than 1 or less than 1? So, it is less than 1. So, sa ating interpretation, going back to our interpretation, ano nga yun? Kapag ka less than 1, okay, so class, if less than 1 or if PED is between sa 0 and 1, so it is inelastic. So our answer here is inelastic. So our PED for this is inelastic. For the demand here is inelastic. Ayan. So, if we have the same answer here, then that's great. You're doing a good job. Pero kapag ka hindi naman nakapag-follow, you can still practice and watch the video again para i-practice natin compute yung ating problem. Hanggang sa makuha na natin yung tamang answer. Okay, so for the next topic, we will be discussing the price elasticity of supply or the PES. So, price elasticity of supply. So, class, if we say price elasticity of supply, ito ang ito ang way na ginagamit para masukat ang mga response ng mga consumer natin sa ilahang kadaghanon nga nga kaya i-supply sa mga producers or even sa mga manufacturers every time na may changes sa presyo. So, ato ang gamiton diri ang calculation is percentage change in quantity supply kung kaganiya is QD, diri sa PES is QS nato ang gamit. So, mora to ang change or changes nga mahitabo diri sa PES. So, kaganiya quantity demand atong ginapangita karon is quantity supply. So, percentage change in quantity supply and the percentage change in price. So, same process lang japon ta sa demand. So, let's proceed na sa to ang example to better understand the price elasticity of supply. Okay, so for our um, formula, again, we have the the PES equals to the percentage change in our quantity supply over the percentage change in our price. So how to get the percentage change in our quantity supply? So we have here the QS2 minus QS1. Then divide natin siya sa average na average supply natin. So open parenthesis. Close and open parenthesis, dalawa. And then QS1 plus QS2, then close parenthesis, then divide natin siya sa 2. Then another close parenthesis. Then, for the percentage change in price, same pa rin ng process doon sa PED kanina. So, we have um, P2 minus P1. So, close parenthesis. Divide natin siya sa P1 plus P2 divide to 2, then close parenthesis. So, yan ang gagamitin natin na calculation for this. So, this is our example. So, now let's solve for the change in the supply or the price elasticity of supply. So, yan. Change in quantity supply equals to, again, if we say QS2, ito yung new supply. Then QS1 is the old supply. So we have here old, new. So new is 35 minus 40. So that's the old. Then divide natin siya. For the QS1, so mauuna yung old, 40 plus 35 divided sa 2. Sorry. Close parenthesis divided sa 2. Yan. And then for the percentage change in the price, we have P2 as 25 minus 30. Divide natin. Then 30 plus 25 divided sa 2. So let's solve. So 35 minus 40 divide 40 plus 35. Close parenthesis, divide natin sa 2, then another close parenthesis. So we have here negative 13. So we will be using the absolute value again, kay negative siya. Again, naapata sa PES. So we will be using the absolute value. So we have here positive 30. So balik pa. We have here the ayun, na-delete nga siya lahat. I think sa kapila. Ayan. So, we have here the positive 13. Yan, yung sagot natin. So, next is for the percentage change in price. So, we have 25 minus 30, then close parenthesis, divide natin, then another close or open parenthesis, then 30 as 25, close parenthesis, then divided sa 2, in close parenthesis, ayun, nag-syntax error. Saan ako nagkamali? So, 25 minus 30, alright, kailangan ko pa ng dalawa pala, dapat yung close parenthesis natin dito. Ayan, so nakalimutan ko siya i-input. Ayan. So, 30 plus, kapag ka nakalimutan yung mag-input doon ng isa pang close parenthesis, magkakaroon talaga ng error yung mga scientific calculator. So, watch out tayo sa mga pag type natin sa ating calculator. 25 close parenthesis divided sa 2. Then another close parenthesis. So, we have here negative 18. So, gagamitan natin ng absolute value dahil negative siya. negative 18. So, magiging positive 18. Ngayon, meron na tayong value for the percentage change in quantity supply and the percentage change in our price. So, we have 0.13 divided to 0.18. So, this is for the PED. So, our answer here is 0.13 divide natin siya sa 0.18. So, we have 0.72. Ngayon, paano natin siya i-interpret? Okay? Paano natin siya i-interpret? Same with the process of PED para malaman natin yung interpretation niya. So, ganito lang. Sulat na natin yung PES and yung value niya, 0.72. And if it is greater ba, less than ba, or equal to 1. So, dito na situation, mas malaki or less than ang PES natin sa 1. So, mas malaki ang 1. So, PES is less than 1. So, sa interpretation for the PES, we have, if ang PES is greater than 1, so ang supply natin is elastic. Okay? So, maingon na to class nga elastic siya if ang porsyento sa pagbago sa quantity sa supply kay mas taas versus sa porsyento sa pagbago sa presyo. Mga sample nga produkto diri kay kanang produkto nga dali lang mahimo. For example, manufactured goods, mga sanina, mga sapatos, or even mga appliances. But if ever, like sa atong example today, if ang PES is less than 1, ang supply nato is inelastic. Maingon nga inelastic if mas mababa ang porsyento sa pagbago sa quantity supply versus sa ato ang presyo. So mga sample nga ni nga produkto kay kanang mga lisod buhaton or ma-assemble. Then what if ang PES nato is equal to 0? So it means the supply curve is vertical. So there is no response sa ato ang demand to prices. So in this case, ang tawag nato diri sa ato ang supply is perfectly inelastic. We also have PES equals to infinity. Okay, so dili na to makakaya tapos og solve. So the supply curve is horizontal, so there is an extreme change in demand in response to very small change in prices. So the supply is perfectly elastic. So diri sa tong problem kay ang PES nato is less than 1. So ato ang answer for this is inelastic. Ayan, inelastic. So again class, if your answer is the same as mine, so if yes, then great job. If not, you may try it again answering the example, no? So I will be giving another example sa to ang next slide. So yan, change in supply is 5, average supply is 37.5. Then our answer for our percentage change in supply is 0.13. Then sa prices na po na aspect is that change in price is 5, average price nato is 27.5. So if i-divide nato si change in price sa average price nato, ang percentage change in price nato kay 0.18. So dividing the percentage change in supply nga 0.13 sa percentage change in price nga 0.18, ang output niya kay 0.72. So kani siya. This is our next problem. You may start answering this example. Alright, so si Mang Rodel ay karaniwang nagtitinda ng 30 kilos na mansanas kada araw sa palengke sa halagang 80 kilos. So this will be the old price and the supply. So 80 pesos for the price and 30 kilos ng mansanas or apples. Then, ngunit dahil sa nalalapit na Kapaskuhan ay tumaas ang presyo ng mansanas sa 100 per kilo. So this is the new price, 100 per kilo. At dahil dito ay nahikayat si Mang Rodel na magbenta ng 60 kilo. So this is his supply or the new supply ni Mang Rodel. So now, alam na natin kung ano yung price and the supply natin, the P1, P2, and the S1 and S2. So gagamitin na natin ang ating formula. So again, the formula for the PES is percentage change in our quantity supply and the percentage change in our price. So, okay. Transpose na natin yung mga values galing dito. Diretsuhan na natin kasi maliit lang yung space natin dito. So, we all know na mauuna talaga yung new supply. The QS2 minus QS1. Yan. So, 60, lagay natin sa close parenthesis, 60 minus 30, divide natin sa average na supply. So, we have here the, okay, QS1 and i-add natin siya sa QS2. So, 30 plus 60. Then, divide sa 2. Then, ayan. Then, for the percentage change in price, so we have the P2 na 100 minus 80. Divide natin siya, kunin natin yung average price. So, we have, the average price, the 80, okay, 80 plus 100 divided sa 2. Okay, so calculate na natin if tama ba yung mga sagot natin. So, close parenthesis, 60 minus 30, close parenthesis, divide, dalawang close parenthesis, 30 plus 60, then close parenthesis, divided sa 2, then close parenthesis. So we have 0.67. Ayan, 0.67. So lagyan natin ang division dyan. The next is the change in price or the percentage change in price. So we have 100 minus 80. Then divide natin siya. Then dalawang close parenthesis. 80 plus 100. Close parenthesis. Divide sa 2 and close parenthesis. So we have 0.22. Yan, 0.22. So meron na tayong value for the percentage change in quantity supply and also sa percentage change in our price. So, i-divide na natin yung dalawa. So, 0.67 divide to 0.22. So, our answer here is 3.05. So, we have 3.05 for our PES. So, ito na yung PES natin. So, para makuha natin yung kanyang interpretation, so, PES natin is 3.05. So, is it less than or greater than ba sa 1? So, class, as we can see, greater than ang ating PES versus sa 1. So our interpretation here is that as you can remember kanina sa aking explanation, if ang PES is greater than 1, it means ang supply natin is elastic. So, again, maingon na to siya nga elastic siya if ang porsyento sa pagbago sa quantity supply kay mas taas versus sa porsyento sa pagbago sa tuwang presyo. So, mao ni siya ang mga produkto nga dali lang mahimo like the manufactured goods, mga sanina, sapatos, or even appliances. Yan. So, our answer for this is elastic. Susulat ko muna. So, our answer here is elastic. Elastic yung answer. Because PES is greater than 1. So, now let us proceed sa income elasticity of demand. Actually, dali lang kayo ma-remember ang ato ang mga formula, no? From PED hantod diri sa income elasticity of demand. Because same lang sila og process. Later on sa cross elasticity lang ang maglahi diri sa ilaha. So, as you can see, kung dito sa ato ang PED kaganiha kay ang nag-change is ang numerator from QD padulong sa supply na nahimong QS pero same lang Japon price ang ilahang denominator. Pag-abot sa income elasticity class is that kuan na ang gamit nato diri kay quantity demand pero dili na presyo ang ato ang basis. Ang basis na nato diri is ang income. So, nagkamali lang ko og type diri for a while, i-edit ko na lang. Okay. Ayan. Edit ko muna class because that will be D. Because percentage change in quantity demand ang ato ang ginapangita, not the supply. So, nakalimot ko og edit here. Should be QD. And also there, D. Okay, so na-edit na ang lahat. So, ready na tayong mag-proceed sa ating topic sa income elasticity of demand. So, ayan, to get the income elasticity of demand, we have to calculate for the percentage change in quantity demand over percentage change in our income or the income of the consumers. So, to get the percentage change in quantity demand, our calculation here is QD2 minus QD1, then close and open parenthesis, divide sa close and open parenthesis QD1 plus QD2, then divided sa 2, then close parenthesis. To get the percentage change in our income, so na-change lang talaga yung yung letter from the price na P. So sa income ang gagamitin natin is Y. So Y2 or the new income minus the old income divided sa close and open parenthesis na old income plus new income divided sa 2. So now let us proceed sa ating example. So our example here ay meron pampalito lang sa inyo. Dito is makikita natin merong price, merong income, and this is the price, this is the income, and this is the demand. Class, again, let us not focus anymore sa price in terms of income elasticity. So, cross out na nato ni siya, dili na siya kasali. So, focus lang ta sa income and sa demand. Ayan. So, let us now proceed sa calculation. So, nandito na yung calculation na gagamitin natin for this topic. So, transpose natin siya, yung mga values dito. So, again, this is the old, this is the new. Yan. So, again, baliwalain nyo na lang yung namali na, no? That is D. This is also D. That is not supply anymore. That is D. Ayan. So, magiging Q S, sorry. QD2 minus QD1. Then, divide natin siya sa average. QD2, QD1 rather, plus QD2 divide sa 2 over Y2 minus Y1. And then, close parentheses, Y1 plus Y2, close parentheses, divide sa 2, then another close parentheses. Okay, so transpose na natin yung mga values. So, for the QD2, the new demand, so we have 50 minus 25, then 25 plus 50 divided sa 2 over, so ang Y2 natin, or the new income, is 9,000. So, 9,000 minus 8,000, divide natin siya sa old price, 8,000, plus 9,000 na new income, and divide sa 2. Alright, so let's solve this. So for the percentage change in our quantity demand, we have 50 minus 25, close parentheses, divide sa 25 plus 50, close parentheses, divide sa 2, then another close parentheses. So we have 0.67. 0.67. 0.67. So for the income or percentage change in our income, so we have 9,000 minus 8,000. Then divide natin siya sa open close parenthesis na 8,000 plus 9,000 close parenthesis, divide sa 2, and then another close parenthesis. So our answer here is 0.12. Ayan, 0.12. So, i-divide natin siya para makuha natin ang YED. So, ang answer dito is 5.58. I hope meron tayong or magkapareho yung answer natin dito, no? So, we have 5.58. So, paano siya i-interpret? So, same process para hindi tayo malito at sure yung answer natin for the interpretation. So, ganitong ginagawa ko para maging sure sa interpretation. So, class, sa YED naman, if negative ang magiging answer natin dito, just stick with the negative. Hindi na natin kailangan gumamit ng absolute value. So, yung gagamitan na natin ng absolute value is the PED and the PES. Pero sa income of elasticity and the cross elasticity, if negative yung magiging answer nyo, so stick with the negative answers. You don't have to use again the absolute value. because magkakaroon ng problem with the interpretation sa income of elasticity and the cross elasticity. So, for the interpretation here, dalawa kasi siya. Kaya yun yung sinasabi ko, if 0 or more than 1 or 1 siya. So, dito is ang basis natin for the normal goods because meron tayong tatlong different goods under the income of elasticity. We have inferior goods, normal goods, and luxury goods. So, class, if ang YED natin is less than 0 or negative na siya, it is interpreted as inferior na goods. So, when your income increases, you buy better quality goods and so buy less of the low quality na goods. But, if ang ato ang YED is greater than 0, so 0 to 0.99, it is interpreted as normal goods. Okay? So this occurs when an increase in income leads to an increase in the demand for the good. Pero if ang YED na to is greater than 1, so it is interpreted as luxury ng mga goods. So this occurs when an increase ato ang demand causes a big or bigger percentage increase in our demand. So in this case, mas bigger ang ato ang YED, no, 5.58 atong YED. So greater than siya sa 1. So in this scenario, under siya sa luxury goods. Ayan. So, bigger kasi siya sa 1, kaya siya nahulog sa luxury goods. Ang YED natin is greater than 1. Pero kapag ka 0.99 yan siya and below, papuntang 0 as long as hindi siya negative, it is in the normal goods. Okay, so let's proceed sa to ang example or panduhang example that you can practice on. Okay, you may start answering. Alright, so we will be using the YED. So this is the solution that we will be using for this problem. So as what I have said, it's better to make a table para hindi kayo malito. So yan, this is for the income and this is for the demand. So old and new. So for the income, we have from kung ano, for the new income, we have for the old income we have 60K. Then for the new is 40K. Then for the demand, we have for the old is 5,000 and then for the new is 4,000. So now let's start solving the problem. Yeah. So let's start with the percentage change and demand. Demand to. Hindi na naman na change. Yeah, for the demand. So we have here open close parentheses. We have 4,000 minus 5,000 divide natin siya sa 5,000 plus 4,000 then divide sa 2 equals. So let's solve for this. So the answer here is negative 0.22. Then for the income, we have 40K. So shortcut na lang. 40K minus 60K. So we have here 60K plus 40K. Divide sa 2. Yan. Equals. Ang answer natin dito is 0.40 or 0 negative 0.40. Again, hindi na natin siya gagamitan ng absolute value. So, let's divide negative 0.22 sa negative 0.40. As you can remember, sa inyong basic algebra, no, if magde-divide tayo ng dalawang negative na numbers, so the outcome of it will be positive. Ayan. So, negative 0.22 divided sa negative 0.40. So, ang ating YED is positive 0.55. So, para makuha natin ang interpretation for this is YED is 0.55. Is it greater than 0 or 1? So, it is between 0 and 1 si YED natin. So, ang interpretation natin for this problem is that ang interpretation natin is that if ang YED natin is less than 0, so it is interpreted as inferior goods. Okay? For a moment. So it will be interpreted as inferior goods. So when your income increase, you buy better quality goods and so buy less of the low quality goods. Pero if ang YED natin is greater than 0, it is interpreted as normal goods. While if ang YED natin is greater than 1, that it is interpreted as luxury goods. Now, ang YED natin is greater than what? It's greater than 0. Alright? So, it's greater. Alright. For a moment. So, it's greater than 0. So, it means, ang interpretation nitong problem natin is nasa normal goods siya. Yan. So, normal goods siya. Okay, so now let's proceed to the last natin na type of elasticity. So, we have here the cross-elasticity of demand. Okay, class. So, sa cross-elasticity of demand, ito lang yung nag-iba ang nag-iba yung formula. So, the following equation in above said to be calculated. Alright, so percentage change in our quantity demand for the good A and the percentage change in the price of good B. So, dito is dalawa lang yung choices natin dito. It's either substitute ang products na A and B or complementary type silang dalawa. Later on, I will further discuss kung ano yung substitute and complementary. So for now, let's proceed sa tong example para to better understand the equation. So example here is the beverage company. If the price daw of Coca-Cola increases from 50, okay, from 50 pesos to 60 pesos per can. So wait for a moment. Ayan. And the demand for Seppi Cola increases from 1 million to 2 million per year. So the said between the two products is, so again, dito is percentage change in quantity demand. So percentage change in quantity demand of good A and the percentage change in price of good B. Yan, dito. Ito yung basis natin. So, paano siya i-calculate? So, ang gagamitin nating formula for this, for the percentage change in quantity demand, good A. Ayan. So, saan dito yung demand? So, the demand for Seppi Cola increases from 1 million to 2 million per year. So, ang gagawin natin is the QD2 or the new, this is the new, this is the old, this is the new, and this is the old. So, QD2 minus QD1, i-divide natin siya sa QD1. Ang QD1 yan siya. Then, for the percentage change in price or the good B, ang gagamitin natin ay this one, the price of cola that increases from 50 to 60. So, P2 minus P1 divided siya sa P1. Okay, so let's calculate. Lagay na lang natin siya dito. Here. So, ayan. Dito na lang class ha. Sundan nyo na lang kung saan. So, for the QD2 natin, we have 60. So, 60 minus 50. Oh, I'm using, sorry. Sa price pala yan, sa price. So, dito sa demand tayo, demand. Okay? Kasi demand yung hinahanap natin. So, we have 2 million minus 1 million. Divide natin siya sa 1 million. That is for the demand. Then, for the price, we have 60 minus 50. Divide natin siya sa 50. So, gamit tayo ng calculator. So, close parenthesis, 2 million. Yan. Close parenthesis, 2 million minus 1. Divide natin siya sa 1. So, ang answer natin is 1. So, dito sa sa cross elasticity is we are looking for the percentage. Para ma-convert natin siya into percentage, we have to multiply it by 100. So, dadagdag ko na lang dito sa ating solving. Times 100. Times 100. So, be careful sa question if hinahanap natin is percentage or not. So, if kailangan talaga na percentage yung hanapin, so let's look for the percentage. So, here, sa example natin is percentage yung hinahanap. So, para makuha natin yung 100, positive 100, so we have 2 million minus 1 million divided sa 1 million. So, we have 1 times 100. So, we have 100 na answer. For the percentage change in the demand. And then for the percentage change in price, we have 60 minus 50. Divided natin siya sa 50. So, we have 0.20 times 100. So, we have 20. So, 100 over 20. So, meron na tayong value for the percentage change in quantity demand for good A. Then, percentage change in price for the good B. So, i-divide natin silang dalawa. They are both positive. So, 100 divided 20 equals to positive 5. Class, for the interpretation here, so, if ang said daw natin or the cross elasticity of demand is positive, so dalawa lang choices natin dito is it is either positive or negative. So, if positive yung sa said natin, it means na yung related goods are substitute. So, diri asa to ang example, si Coca-Cola and the Sepe Cola are substitute to each other. So, the positive signs means that the two goods are substitutes, and because the coefficient is greater than 1, they are regarded as close substitutes. So, bigger man jud or bigger than 1 man jud ang coefficient nato adiri 5 man ang output sa to ang calculation. So, close substitute sila sa each other. Same cola product po sila. So, what if kung negative ang ato ang cross elasticity or ang naging output sa to ang calculation is negative. So, that the related goods here sa negative are complementary. So, the product do not compete and they complement each other. What do we mean by complement? So, for example, class ka ng mag-adto ka og sinihan, di ba? Pag mag-adto kang sinihan, syempre, mupalit jud ka og ticket. When you buy the ticket, pag sulod nimo og sinihan, isa jud sa imong main nga paliton nga food is popcorn. So, cinema ticket and popcorn complement each other. Dili sila makipag-compete sa isa't isa, but they complement each other. Another example of complementary products, cell phone and charger. Okay? They complement each other. Dili sila pwede mag-compete. Kay kung mag-compete sila, dili mo gana si cellphone kung wala ang inyong hand charger. Another example for you to answer. Right? I'll give you 5 minutes again to answer this example. So, mas dali na ni siya nga example because it is direct. Gihatag na daan ang percentage. So, again, you underline here kung unsa ang mga, kung ano, like, mga key words, like quantity demand, and then price, and that quantity demand. So, given na siya. All right. So what I have said to what I have said earlier, no. Given na quantity demanded, the percentage na mismo. So ang pangitaon na lang nato is the keyword diri. So quantity demanded and the increase in the price. So atong ginapangita diri is the percentage change in the quantity demanded and the quantity change in price. So ang mo na to 12% divide nato siya sa 15%. So our answer here is so 18% divide sa 15%. So we have 80%. Again, it is 80%. Both are increased. So positive siya, increase. So hindi naman sinabing decrease. Kung decrease, it is negative. But here in our example is increased ang nakalagay. So look out for that word, no. It's either increase or decrease. So positive and negative. So here ato ang answer diri kay 80%. So again, okay, wait lang. Uh, 12% divided sa 15%. Yeah. So 80%. So since the cross elasticity of demand is positive, so it means ato ang product A and B are what? If positive gani siya, sa gani ang iyahang kuan interpretation pag negative or positive siya. If positive, it means substitute. Okay, so our answer here is substitute. Pero pag negative, kay complementary. Ayan. So if you have questions and clarifications, ayaw mo kaula og ask, you can send a message to on GC and I'll answer your questions and clarifications there. So that is all for today. So